Welcome to Free Thoughts from Freedom Chiropractic and Rehab, your space for health, healing, and insight. I'm Dr. Chip Bleem, and this is episode number 44. If you find these videos to be helpful, hit that subscribe button and join us for more free thoughts every week. We share simple ideas to help you move better, feel better, and live with more freedom. Thanks for being a part of our community. Hey everyone, this week's quote of the week is one of my favorites, and it comes from an uncredited source. Health is not about the weight you lose, but the life you gain. So often we think of health in terms of restriction, what we can't eat, what we have to give up, or how many pounds we need to lose. But real health is not about losing anything. It's about the gains we make, the energy, the confidence, the freedom to move, to play, to live fully. That's what true health is all about. So this week, instead of focusing on what you need to cut out, think about the things you'll gain when you start taking care of yourself. And as we read in Atomic Habits by James Clear, small steps add up to a big difference. Okay, let's talk about health. We've all heard the phrase trust your gut before, but actually doing it, especially when emotions are running high, that's the hard part. I got tested this weekend. Over the past weekend, we were down in Florida. I was there with my middle daughter and her soccer team for the Girls Academy Eastern Regionals. Her team was playing some really skilled competition, and it was fun to see how much these girls have grown together on the field and off. But what caught me off guard was just how physical these games were. These girls were tough. Lots of contact, the refs were letting them play, and that's fine as long as they're keeping it safe for everyone. In our last game, though, my daughter got hit hard. Another girl barreled into her while she was protecting the ball, and her stance was a little bit too narrow, so she didn't have much support, much balance, and she went down hard. My stomach sank. She had a concussion before, about a year and a half ago, so that moment was a little bit like deja vu. The trainer came out, checked her over, and asked, "How do you feel?" Her response, totally her here, she said, "I feel like I want to play." He cleared her, but as she walked towards the sideline, something inside me said, "No, I don't feel right about this." So I went over to the trainer and said, "I don't want her back in the game." He walked over and told the coach and the assistant referee, and she sat the rest of the game out. She wasn't happy with me. Later, she seemed totally fine, laughing, hanging out with her friends, and for a minute I wondered if I'd overreacted. But the next day she called from school, saying she didn't feel well, and that the day after that she noticed some changes in her vision. And that's when I knew my gut had been right. I didn't want to be right, but I was. So here's the takeaway. Trust your gut. Whether it's about your health or your kids', listen to the little voice inside. Sometimes it knows something your head hasn't figured out yet. There will always be more games, more chances to play, but you only get one body, one brain, one life. Protect it. Trust your instincts. They're there for a reason. All right, now it's time for some good news. Earlier this week, I came across an awesome video about a 63-year-old man who had never surfed before. An instructor walked up to him and asked if he'd ever tried it. And the guy said, "No, I'm too old, too heavy, and I don't think I can balance anymore." The instructor just smiled and laughed and said, "The oldest guy I've ever taught was 74. So what happened next? By the end of that video, that 63-year-old man was out surfing those waves. How awesome is that? How great is that he gave it a chance even? It's such a great reminder. Don't talk yourself out of trying something before you even tried it. You're never too old, too out of shape, or too late to start. Just go for it. You never know what you might be able to accomplish.